And I did kind of, when I had some downtime, like later on in the episode, I did kind of want to delve into a little bit of my Walking Dead fan fictions and like the inspirations for that. Kind of like a director's commentary, but I don't really want to slow down this season too much. But if you guys want me to do like a director's commentary for that, or are interested in that, feel free to let me know. Because I've been kind of on the fence about whether or not I would do that or not, because it's kind of pretentious. I'm proud of it, don't get me wrong, but I have a hard time saying like, oh yeah, I directed that. But it only really exists because of me in its own little way. So I kind of see it as like my little creation, but you know, a director now. Come on, Austin, playing around. But you know, I might drop some nuggets here and there about what inspired it, like in certain situations and moments. But you know, I don't want to slow down the season too much because I like to keep these at a pretty decent, like, watchable time. Anyway, oh man, it's so weird being back in this environment because not only have I played this season so many times, it's kind of like coming back to an old friend in a way. Making that fan fiction, I spent a lot of time kind of writing around this environment and the school and whatever. And it's just kind of, you get to know a place, you know? And it's kind of weird coming back to it in a different way. In the proper way, I guess. Not in the fantasy that I created. But yeah, I really got to kind of know the map a little bit better by writing a story around it, you know? Or writing a story involving it. Or having it be the most of the setting or whatever. The home base, so to speak. Literally everything about this season I like. I like the home base. I love the fact that it's kind of like the other seasons, you're constantly moving, constantly changing environments, but in this one, like, you stay pretty, you know, in the same area for the most part.
This'll do.
Sure thing, Brody. I can talk to her.
Really? That's great. Thanks, Clementine.
We have a history.
I'm gonna go check our fish traps downstream.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
See? I'll take this to Vi. There should be some extras lying around.
I know Violet pretty well. Wrote a whole fanfiction around her. Not exactly her, but, you know, my interpretation of her. So I think I can talk to her. I can do the thing.
The Grand Canyon.
What?
That's where I'd go. If we took a road trip, start driving until we hit the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. That would be cool.
It's funny. My version of Violet that I wrote in my fanfiction is clashing with this one in my head.
Empty.
Because I wrote her more ignorant, so to speak. Not like dumb, just like I kind of wrote her as if she doesn't really know a whole lot. And this one's like obviously more competent, know what she's doing for the most part. And her mentioning the Grand Canyon like that, I literally stole that for the fan fiction because the two characters that, you know, James and Violet were talking about, they were in a car and James is, oh, where are we going? And Grand Canyon, we're gonna go to the Grand Canyon. It's just kind of like bringing that back to me, like, oh yeah, I did steal that. You know, and it's funny. I like that. Kind of adds something more for me personally. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I remember when I stole that, you know? I'm probably going to need to get, I'm going to use this for a future video, so, or a future continuation of my fan fictions I got going on, which if you haven't heard, I have a Walking Dead fan fiction called Vowed Alone. It's a prequel to 3 Days Left. I recommend watching Vowed Alone first for context on how everything works. But it's my baby. I really like it a lot. It pretty much involves Violet, the Violet we know in the game, and James, a character that I created, and they do stuff. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it too much, but it is worth your time, I promise. Just, it would make me the happiest person on YouTube if you would watch it, and let me know how you feel about it. Please. And I do plan on remaking 3 Days Left once I finish with its sequel called Twinge, which is what I'm working on right now. And I want to remake 3 Days Left really bad because it's... So, the whole fanfiction looks dodgy. It looks about as good as I can get it. But I can make 3 Days, I almost say 3 Days Grace. I can make 3 Days Left look a lot better. Now that I've done Vowed Alone and I get what I'm going for, I can make 3 Days Left look a lot better. But then again, some might say Vowed Alone looks tacky. And in a lot of ways it is. But, I mean, once you watch it, you'll see why I don't really have a choice in the matter. You know? Because I can't animate, and I don't know any artists, so... I did the best I could. But I could do 3 Days Left better, and I will do it better. Once I finish Twinge, I'll remake 3 Days Left, and I'm going to release them all as like a full-length movie type deal. And then I'm going to work on the other side of the coin, so to speak. Something happens to one of the characters, and I'm going to flip it and make it the opposite one. Because there's a story there that I really want to tell, and it's more exciting than almost the one I'm working on right now. Even though this one right now is very exciting for me. I want to finish it, but it's complicated. It's hard. It's not really easy, you know? It's challenging and it's very rewarding. Very personally rewarding, because it's just making something that would not exist without you is quite interesting, you know?
It'll work. It has to.
Right. It has to work. And it will work. Because I make it work. This might seem kind of weird, but I'm just... So, doing the fan fictions, I gotta see the characters in different angles to, like, get good movement for the video. And I was just curious if I missed something with her. It's kind of like a cool camera angle I could use to... Anyway. I just gotta look around for beaches I can use for a certain video I have coming up. It's a sequel to something that I've been telling you all about, and I don't have a good side of the beach. That kind of sucks. I could have used that. It's a thing called Twinge. It's a follow-up on one of my fan fictions called 3 Days Left. And 3 Days Left is a sequel to my prequel that I made called Vowed Alone that you should also watch. It includes Violet, that I'm staying next to right now. In a different light, doing different stuff, different characters. It's definitely worth your time. It would mean a lot to me if you'd watch it. Thank you. Anyway, back to the whole thing. I was gonna say something about this. I wasn't really quite sure if I really wanted to or not, but it's a really easy way for me to plug my shit, so I'm gonna keep on finding ways to do that in the most creative way possible to maybe lure you all in a little bit more. But, you know, some real life stuff called TikTok has been banned recently. Get this, banned and reinstated within 24 hours playing around. But for a second there, I was kind of excited, you know, because everybody's, my short attention span, I gotta have my TikTok, You know, I was kind of thinking it'd be good for humanity, you know, to kind of fix that whole problem we have with that. But, you know, I guess not. People want their short attention span. You know, I was just kind of hoping, you know, that once TikTok was banned, maybe people would be more inclined to watch, I don't know, a 39-minute Walking Dead fanfiction called Vowed Alone. 39 minutes is too long. I can't watch it. But, you know, if TikTok wasn't around, distracting you all day, maybe you'd watch it. Just maybe. Maybe you'd be looking for content to watch. But, no, TikTok already back. So much for that.
A wind chime. Might be pretty in our room.
Very pretty. Go in our room. AJ, will you watch my Walking Dead fanfiction, please? I want your approval. I was stuck at 69 for a long time. And then Sam Fisher is Brutal happened, and then a bunch of people subscribed. And that was pretty nice. And now I'm sitting pretty at 375. But you can change that. You could subscribe if you wanted to. What you could also do You can also watch my Walking Dead fanfiction on Violet. You could do that. But, of course you already knew that. And you're just playing around, not watching it. Which I understand. 39 minutes is a real big time sink for some people. Which it happens. I get it. But then again, I don't. It's fine. I'll get over it. But you can watch it. Come on now. Quit playing. Quit playing. Do it. Then heck yeah, man. And if you didn't watch it, then it's okay too. But what is not okay is you not watching Violet alone. At least watch that one. You don't have to watch 3 Days Left because that one gets kind of sad. But I'm gonna remake that one anyway because it's not the best I could do. Not that I've gotten better at doing.
Okay, in you go.
At telling a story. You know, you can watch it once I remake it. But then again, you can always just watch Violet alone and just leave it at that, and it'd be fine. It would mean a lot to me if you watched Violet alone. I say that not being funny. I mean that seriously. It's a very good video of mine.
You're so cool, Disco Broccoli.
You know,
The coolest.
you know who else would be cool? You, if you watched Violet alone.
Even if I could eat you, I wouldn't do it. You're too cool.
You know who else would be too cool? You, if you watched Violet alone. Kind of call it for this series. But that is not the end of The Walking Dead for me. Keep your eye out. I have a video coming out called Twinge, eventually. I'm still writing it. God damn, it's been a fucking pain in the ass. It's hard to write grief and write it semi-interesting. And yeah, it's a whole thing. So, be patient with me. It's a video called Twinge. It's a follow-up of 3 Days Left. And a continuation of my fanfiction saga I got going on. I am far from done. But it will be worth it when it does come out. If you trust me. Which I hope you trust me. Because I've never led you astray. Anyway.
I couldn't even turn around.
But the fact that only 12% of people left her feeling loved breaks my heart. I don't like that. But that is my canon ending.
Safe and sound.
And a little fun fact while you're here. She was a big motivating... We'll call her the muse, I guess, for my Walking Dead fanfiction, because I didn't start thinking about writing one until I finished season 4 the first time, because I got her killed the first time.
Just trying to
Like on the bridge, like she got 8, and that was the first time where, like, after I finished a game, or a Walking Dead game, I'm sorry, and I replayed the whole game just to save her. And that whole concept was like, oh, holy shit, you know,
where we
she cannot die. I cannot allow that. So the idea of that was inspired by losing her in the game, and it was pretty wild. Like, I felt sick. Like, I was just like, no, screw that, you know.
I try to run
If you ever seen that clip of Markiplier playing through a whole Until Dawn because that one girl got her face ripped off or whatever, that was me when she died. I was like, oh, fuck that, you know. Anyway, fun facts over.